Hi everybody, welcome once again. And in today's video, I am going to explain you the concept of backward bending supply curve of labor. This indifference curve shows different combinations of money, income, and leisure, among which the worker is indifferent. So all these points on this indifference curve, all the points on this indifference curve, which shows different combinations of money, income, and leisure, which gives equal satisfaction to the labor. If the wage rate is $10 per hour and the total number of hours available are 24, so if let's say the labor works for 24 hours, so 24 multiplied by 10, he will be getting $240 as a total income. Of the wage line, W upon total number of hours, OA represents wage rate per hour. This value is 240, total number of hours 24, so $10 per hour is the wage rate. Now let's suppose that the wage rate increases from $10 per hour to $12 per hour. So in this case, this wage line will rotate, it will be drawn like this, the new wage rate, and there will be a change in the equilibrium position now. Now with an increase in wage rate, uh, the labor now reaches equilibrium at point R, where he increases his leisure hours further and reduces the work hours. With an increase in wage rate, the number of leisure hours increases from L to L1 and the equilibrium changes from E to R. So we will be understanding this concept with the help of income effect and substitution effect by using the concept of equivalent variation in income. Let's suppose that without changing the wage rate, an additional income is given to this individual worker, which allow him to move to this indifference curve IC1. So in this case, we will be drawing a wage line. Let's name this wage line as MN. So now as we can see here that there is no change in wage rate, but an additional income is given to ensure that without changing wage rate, he moves to a higher indifference curve. So this portion here represents equivalent variation in income. On this hypothetical wage line, MN, the individual is in equilibrium at point S, and this movement from point E to S shows income effect of increase in wage rate. So as we can see that because of income effect, the individual increases leisure hours from L to L2, and in fact he reduces his working hours. Earlier his working hours, if we start from this initial position E, so he was working for starting from this point A to L, and now when he moves to point S, he reduced his working hours by this much amount, LL2. So now the individual is working only for AL2 hours, and this is the income effect of increase in wage rate, because he treats leisure as a type of we can say normal good here. So his preference is more for leisure and less for working hours. On the other hand, due to rise in wage rate, opportunity cost of leisure increases and makes leisure more expensive than before, which induces the worker to consume less leisure and supply more labor. So in this case, what he will do, he will move from point, due to substitution effect, the individual will move from point S to point R, and now he will work more and will move from this point S to R. So basically he will increase his number of working hours by this much amount, L1, L2. So due to income effect, we can see there was an increase in leisure hours from L to L2, and due to substitution effect, he reduced his leisure hours by this amount L1, L2 and increased the number of work hours. In this particular case, income effect is stronger than the substitution effect, and as a result, as we can see here, that there is an overall increase in leisure hours from our initial position. At this point E, the individual was basically working for AL number of hours, and he was basically enjoying OL number of leisure hours. But because income effect is stronger here than substitution effect, so as a result, there is an increase in number of leisure hours from OL to OL1. With an increase in wage rate from W to W1, and with this new equilibrium point, there is an increase in number of working hours from from AL to AL1. Further increase in wage rate, like this. This will be our new wage line, and again there will be a shift in equilibrium point. So now the individual is in equilibrium at point E2, and there is fall in number of working hours. Individual in the given case prefers leisure to uh, working hours. So after this wage rate of W1, each time the wages of this individual increases, he basically uh, prefers leisure hours over work hours. Plot various wage rates against number of hours of work, will get our backward bending supply curve of labor. So at this wage rate W, the individual is working for AL number of hours. So let's say that at this wage rate is working for L number of hours, and when wage rate increases, the number of working hours increases. With further increase in wage rate to W2, the number of working hours, in this case, when the wage rate increases, and at this point, corresponding to this point, we can see here that the number of working hours now decreases. So with increase in wage rate, there is a fall or decrease in working hours, and with further increase in wage rate, there is a fall in working hours. These points together, we get what is called as backward bending supply curve of labor. As we can see here, that till here, from wage rate W to W1, with increase in wage rate, number of hours or working hours increases. So here we can say that the substitution effect is greater than income effect. But with further increase in wage rate, number of working hours decreases. So we can say that income effect is greater than substitution effect.